Welcome back YouTube, VST here at SPC Tech, and today I'm gonna show you 10 useful camera tricks for the S22 Ultra, perhaps also for any other, let's say, more recent Samsung phone, which I'm sure you are not aware of. And if that's the case, guys, I would appreciate the sub, but don't do it now, okay? Wait, see the tips. If you like them, promise me that you are going to subscribe for this channel. If not, Vecna is gonna pay you a visit. And by the way, if you like this Vecna wallpaper, check the video description. I'm going to include the link down below. A few more days to go until the second part of Stranger Things Season 4 is released on Netflix, so we all are gonna see how Vecna is gonna get destroyed, or perhaps not, but that's a whole other story. So, without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna start the camera and show you the top 10 camera features that you are not aware of. And I'm gonna start with something that is very obvious and not a lot of people know it. So let's say I'm shooting at this car right now, okay? So usually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tap to have a focus, right? Not that of course the autofocus is bad because we have a laser. So tap here and then boom, do a picture. Now, what if I'm shooting at some fast moving objects like kids and I have to tap and do like this? It's not very obvious, right? So you know how to improve the situation, guys? It's gonna be very easy. Just take your finger, point it at the shutter button and just do like this. I bet you're not aware about this trick. So what is my idea, guys? I can now move this button wherever I want and I can just do like this to get a perfect focus and then do a shot. So focus, shot. Focus, shot. Of course, if you have big hands, you can also do like this, right? But what happens if your object is like this, right? Yeah, you get the point. And you can move this shutter button everywhere on the screen. If you don't like this, just hold on it until you see this mark, boom. So tip number one is this. And again, it's very useful. While we are on the topic of fast moving objects, let me show you tip number two. So imagine we have a kid, we have a cat or a dog, and I want to have at least one good shot. So what I'm gonna do, guys, as my kid, dog or cat moves, I'm just gonna swipe down on the shutter button and look what happens. All right? Right now, with this movement, I was able to take some burst shot. The way they're going to appear in your gallery is like this. So you see, we have here 9 frames and we are now able to turn the time around, okay? Right now I have a bar. If I click here, guys, my phone is going to indicate with a crown what my phone believes is the best shot, which actually is not the case, right? But you're able to save all the frames here, right? Or delete the ones you don't need, right? So let's say I want to delete that one, I want to delete this one as well, not a problem. Or you can decide to delete all of it. But we can do more things with the shutter button. Let me show you. Let's go to settings. Then we have here pictures, swipe shutter button to take burst shot. When we click inside, we can select create GIF or GIF, right? So what will happen right now, guys, if I hold my finger like this, boom, I'm not doing burst shots anymore. I'm doing GIFs. Wow, stock Samsung One UI functionality you probably were not aware of. And guys, now think about the question that I asked you when we started the video. If you like some of these tips, and if you were not aware about those tips, then maybe that's the perfect time for you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, now let's continue with tip number 4. Let me take a photo. All right, this time I'm gonna use this prop here, so I'm just gonna take a picture, okay? BMW out of my picture, so let me just take a picture of this beautiful flower, all right? You might wonder why I'm doing this. Let me show you. If I click to the details, you're gonna see that this is a JPEG picture. It's almost 2 megabytes, right? And we know storage doesn't come cheap these days. What if I tell you there is an option for you to take the same picture, but even more compressed? Go to the settings, go to picture formats, click on the high efficiency pictures. Save space by capturing photo mode pictures in high efficiency image format, HEIF. All right, you have to notice, of course, this might be a bit problematic with some of the apps, but hey, who cares? Just let me illustrate. I'm just gonna take, guys, the same picture, focus. Let's see how big this picture is gonna be. I'm gonna click again the details, and we have 1.19 megabytes, almost like 800 kilobytes saved. So this was tip number 4 or 5. Who is counting? I'm not. Let me use this prop for my next tip. So the stock behavior of the S22 Ultra when you're doing close-up like this is to get the focus enhancer on. And this is actually not bad because you're really able to get some very nice macro photos, all right? But the phone is changing the lenses, guys, and sometimes I want to get this very big, very deep bokeh effect. So what do? I just turn it off. So the focus enhancer is turned off right now. See, I'm almost able to do the exact same macro picture, but I have the natural blur here, which is really coming from the very big sensor, and this is almost like pure optical. All right, so see here, with the focus enhancer, all right, I'm able to get a bit more close to the object, which is actually quite nice. But if I want to get this very artistic portrait bokeh effect, I need to turn the focus enhancer. Did you know about that? I don't really think so. For my next tip, I'm going to use the Expert RAW. So do you know about the Expert RAW? You are able to do plenty of magic. Use all of your cameras there, choose the ISO, the speed, the EV, the focus, even the white balance, and of course save in RAW mode. But do you know that you are also able to save RAW using the standard stock camera? Let me show you how. Go again into settings, click the picture formats, guys, and click now also RAW copies. So not only am I going to use the high efficiency picture format, I'm also going to use RAW copies, and I'm going to save both the JPEG and the RAW copies of my pictures taken in the Pro mode, which is actually very good, and I'm going to show you why using Snapseed. Alright, so I now have enabled the RAW copies under the Pro mode, and I'm going to use this prop to just illustrate. So what I need to do, guys, I'm still using the stock camera. I will go to more, and I'm going to choose the Pro mode, which has almost like the same setting from the Expert RAW. So I will take a picture and I'll go back in my gallery. The first picture is the standard picture, guys, and the second one is the RAW picture. What does this mean? That we can do plenty of things, and in this case I'm just going to use a tool called Snapseed, which is probably one of my best editing software. Why? Alright, I'm gonna open here this RAW picture, right? We now see that this is a RAW picture, guys, and I'm gonna be able to tweak the exposure. So let's say I go here, I select the exposure, and now by doing this I'm able to tweak the exposure. But because, guys, this here is actually a RAW picture, I'm also able to tweak the white balance. The thin, the saturation, the structure, the contrast, the highlights, you can do plenty of stuff, alright? White balance, I can go to auto, I can go to sunny, plenty of stuff using the RAW format under the stock camera. My next tip is going to be on the selfie camera. Do you know there is a way to improve the color? So if you're very pale, not my case, right? But you can change this. So go to settings, scroll down a bit until you see something called selfie color tone. It is right now the natural, right? So that's really the natural thing, but you can go for bright one. So see, natural, bright, natural, bright. You can just see this here. The Pixel 6 case, how it's changing between the natural and the bright one. So those have been my 10 or probably even more tips, guys, for the stock Samsung camera that I'm using inside my S22 Ultra. I really hope that you have liked the video. If that's the case, don't forget to really like the video, subscribe to that channel, guys. Stay safe, you and your families, until we meet in one of my next videos. And with that said, VST over and bye.
Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly.